So in this video, I'm going to show you how to install CentOS version 6. Now, as you can see, CentOS version 7 is the current version, but we want CentOS 6 to be able to show you some of the commands and tools that are no longer used in CentOS 7 and newer Linux distributions, but they're used on older Linux distributions, which you still need to know about for the LPI exams. So we're going to go to Get CentOS Now. And these options here are for CentOS 7. So we want to scroll down to the more download choices options or the older versions option. It goes to the same place. Okay, so in here we can see CentOS 6.6, and you can see it is supported up until 2020. So there are a lot of CentOS 6 systems and Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6 systems that will be running for quite a while, because people who set up servers, they don't want to upgrade to the latest and greatest. If it's doing what they want, they just want to keep it running, and they'll get the new version of the operating system when they get a new server, usually. So here you can see CentOS 6, we want the x86-64 version, so if we click that for CentOS 6.6, you'll get a list of mirrors, and you can click on any one that you want. And I downloaded the DVD1 version rather than the minimum install. So I'm not going to download it now, I've already downloaded it, but I just wanted to show you how to find it, because it's an older version. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click into VirtualBox, and we're going to add a CentOS 6 machine. I'm going to change this to other Linux 64-bit. Click continue. I'm going to give it 1024 megabytes of RAM. Just going to accept the default for the hard drive, accept the default again, leave it dynamically allocated. I'm going to give it 30 gigabytes, even though it won't use anywhere near that. And we're going to go into our settings, and we're going to go into our storage. We're going to select the optical drive and press the option here. We're going to choose the disk that we want, and we're going to choose the... Okay, I don't have it in there just yet. Just give me 2 secs, I'll pause the video. We're going to choose our CentOS 6 DVD1 that we downloaded. And then we're going to go to our network section, and we're going to change it from network address translation to bridged adapter. We're going to leave the rest the same. Click OK. And then we're going to click Start to boot the virtual machine. Now we just want to click the top option for install or upgrade an existing system. Okay, so we want to skip scanning the media. Okay, now because I'm doing this as a screen recording, the screen resolution, I have to scroll down to see the next button. I'm going to accept English and US English. I'm going to leave it for the basic storage devices, and I'm just going to go yes, discard any changes. Now I'm going to leave the host name exactly the same, configure the network. I don't think there's anything in there that I need to change. I'm just going to click connect automatically, so it automatically connects. I'm going to leave it automatic DHCP. So now that I've edited this, the main options was connect automatically that we wanted. So we don't have to worry about connecting to the network. So I'll click next, and for the time zone I'm going to make it Brisbane, Australia, because that's where I am. Click next. Now it wants a root password. I'm just going to make it password. And it says it's bad password. I'm just going to use it anyway because this is just for training. Now for the for this, by default it's saying only to delete Linux file systems. Now this particular hard drive has nothing on it anyway, but I'm just going to say use all the space. So just delete anything and everything that's on this hard drive, and we're not going to encrypt it or do anything. So click next. We want to write the changes to the disk. And then up here it's going to ask us what we want the system for. So I'm going to leave it desktop because that way you can use the system to change between the graphical run levels and the command line run levels and stuff like that. But a real server, you wouldn't install a graphical user environment on it. I'm just going to click next. And now it is starting the installation. Now you don't want to sit here and watch that, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause the recording. Okay, so now the installation is complete. So I will click reboot. Okay, so now it's going to do a few more steps. So we're just going to click forward, and it's asking us to accept the license agreement. So we're just going to click forward again. And if we scroll up, it's going to ask us to create a user. I'm just going to create a user called training, give it a full name, training, password as password again, and I'm just going to click forward. It says that it's a weak password, just go yep, I want it anyway. Now because we should have the network working, I'm just going to click synchronize with NTP and click forward. Okay, so it's just telling me that we don't have enough memory for kdump, which is fine. Kdump basically just tracks what's happening with the kernel, and if there's a crash, it gives you information about it, which we don't really need to worry about. So we click finish, and now we can log into the desktop as our training user with password. And we may get some other things pop up, like a welcome. Doesn't look like it. I know Centos 7 does, but I will end the video here, and in the next video we will set up the VirtualBox additions so we can full screen it nicely, get better screen resolutions and stuff like that.